All right, guys. So today, what we're going to be talking about is the Make America Healthy Again movement led by RFK. This is something I've immersed myself into recently, and I've done a lot of research on. And I chose this topic because health is applicable for everyone. So I used to believe that exercise and eating clean was all that mattered in terms of staying healthy. However, although I was working out every day, I realized that the clean eating I thought I was doing was quite the opposite, and there's so many hidden ingredients in what we consume every day. So this is exactly what this movement is trying to reveal. Regardless of our political beliefs, we all value our health. We all have the desire to live long, healthy lives, enjoy our children, our grandchildren. So if we could put party alliance to the side, we can see what RFK is trying to do with this movement to benefit the health and well-being of all Americans, regardless of politics. So we're going to dive into the appointment of RFK by President Trump as health secretary, what he's doing to improve nutrition, challenge mainstream healthcare, and how the support of health and wellness influencers, biologists, and physicians are spreading awareness to this movement, which is how I learned about it through a podcast. So to better understand this movement, we're going to look at his selection. So President Trump, when he won the election, he selected Robert Kennedy as health secretary. This came across as a very bold move because he's been known and been notorious for being skeptical about modern healthcare, and it really is a great thing because it shows the shift in modern healthcare and shift from, like I'll be talking about later on, treating diseases to preventing them. So no concern with money because people make money by treating diseases. But if we could switch to a prevent focus, then Americans will be much healthier. So he's notorious for challenging pharmaceutical companies, pushing for the elimination of harmful chemicals and toxins in medication and food. And what he talks about, I like to use this as an example, is McDonald's. We know that McDonald's is bad for you. I stay away from it. Everyone loves their fries. And he wants people to be able to enjoy these foods that they believe are guilty pleasures. When he was a child, the McDonald's fries were fried in beef tallow. Now they're fried in ultra-processed seed oils. So what he's trying to do is make that transition back to a healthier lifestyle when rates of obesity were down in an era and in an era that he was growing up in the 50s. All right. So his role as health secretary aligns with what he's been advocating for his whole life. Public health, safety, and what we're eating, the foods, the medicine we're putting in our body. So what's he really doing as health secretary, and how will he do so? So his main objective is to combat chronic illness and obesity. So we have very high rates of diabetes, obesity. I understand that there's type 1 diabetes, which is, of course, genetic, but there's many preventable diseases, and he believes that these diseases are rooted in the food we're consuming every day and the medication we're putting into our body. So he stresses the importance of eating clean and physical activity to live a healthy life. And what I like is he's very transparent and he's not a hypocrite. You see him working out like a champion, eating clean, doing all of these things. So he's really serving as an example to Americans of how to live a healthy lifestyle. Another thing he's doing, like I mentioned, is reforming food and medicine. He's pushing for the transparency of ingredients and things we eat, the removal of harmful toxins like processed seed oils, as I was talking about, artificial flavoring, things like red 40, ingredients that are absolutely horrible for you and unnecessary to be in products. He also questions the overuse of pharmaceutical medicine, and he aims to find natural remedies and natural treatments before going straight into pills, which I myself always do. When I'm feeling sick, I go to natural remedies unless it's an extreme and I need to take some kind of prescribed medication. So, like I said, he looks to change modern healthcare from a treatment focus to a prevention focus. Many people have came out, as I mentioned, influencers, biologists, physicians, and people all over social media. So I'll be talking about the role of influencers. There's these guys like Paul Saladino, Gary Brecka. Paul Saladino is an MD. Gary Brecka is a biologist. And they're bringing awareness to this movement. You could look at their Instagrams, their podcasts, YouTube, whatever it is, but they're really showing and exemplifying what it is to live a healthy lifestyle. And they're out at his rallies, all of these events that he's a part of to show what we're consuming on a regular basis is so harmful to our bodies, and we can live a more fulfilling life and healthy life if we just adhere to what he's talking about, really. And they've played a significant role in reaching younger crowds, obviously reaching guys like me, friends that I've talked to, even guys that are in their late 20s, early 30s that I know they know about this movement mainly through these influencers, because I don't like to get too involved with politics. However, I do care about this movement, and I see these guys talking on social media, and it's really taught me a lot about the movement and has allowed me to immerse myself, as I mentioned. So the more people coming out to support RFK and back him in this movement, the more it'll make an impact on everyone's lives. So whether or not you're a conservative, if you're a liberal, whether you agree with RFK, it is a fact that Make America Healthy Again is sparking conversations with all Americans and really making people question if they're living a healthy lifestyle. So with the strong leadership of RFK, someone that is really devoted to the health of Americans, his clear objectives, as I've talked about, and public support, this movement has a chance to impact so many lives and the health of so many people in a time where America is at an all-time low health-wise. This movement is really restoring faith in the health of Americans, and it's such a positive thing that we'll be able to share with our children, and we'll be able to learn for the benefit of ourselves and people around us. So despite politics, as I've mentioned, everyone deserves to live a fulfilled life, a healthy life. So my question to you is, what will you do to make a positive change in your everyday life? And if you do make a change, I promise you your health will thank you.